What does it mean to live in a country of 1.4 billion people? There are many implications, but one thing's for sure: intense competition is inevitable in almost every field, especially in the realm of college admissions. While the U.S. college admissions process is highly competitive, it pales in comparison to India's, especially for those aspiring to get into the Indian Institutes of Technology, reflecting many aspects of India's current reality. Let's first explore how challenging it is to gain admission into the Indian Institutes of Technology, commonly abbreviated as IIT. There are approximately 140,000 high schools in India. This means there are about 140,000 valedictorians. But can all these top students gain admission to the IITs? Not a chance. Each year, there are about 12 million high school graduates in India. Adding those who are repeating the year, the number of applicants easily exceeds 15 million. Yet, only about 13,000 students can secure a spot at the IITs, and this number has only increased due to the opening of 23 campuses nationwide over time. Last year, around 1.1 million students applied for the first round of IIT entrance exams. They also have to take a second round of exams in mathematics, physics, and chemistry. Based on their rankings in these exams, from first to last, students choose their preferred college and major. Among the IIT campuses, which independently select their freshmen, there are some that are particularly prestigious, attracting top talent for global IT companies. These include the first-ever IIT in Kharagpur, opened in 1951, along with campuses in Mumbai, Chennai, Kanpur, and Delhi. The Delhi campus was famously featured in the globally popular Indian movie, 3 Idiots. Combined, these 5 campuses admit only about 3,000 students. And when you narrow it down to the most sought-after major, computer science, the competition is truly fierce. Not only is the competition fierce, but the level of the exams is incredibly challenging. The second stage of the IIT entrance exam is on par with sophomore-level college material. These exams feature complex problems that go far beyond what is typically taught in public schools. Consequently, India has seen a massive growth in its private tutoring industry, arguably the largest in the world. Ever heard of a tutoring city? While in the U.S., tutoring centers and educational services are often concentrated in large cities or around prestigious universities, India has entire cities dedicated to tutoring. One prime example is Kota, located about 310 miles south of New Delhi, the capital of India. Back in the 1980s, Kota was a small town with a population of just 100,000, barely making ends meet through its textile industry. Things changed when an engineer named Kumar Bansal returned to his hometown of Kota to start tutoring. Miraculously, most of his students gained admission to the IITs. In a small town where even one IIT admission would be a cause for celebration, this extraordinary success stirred up excitement across India. Students flocked to Bansal for tutoring, and his Bansal classes soon had tens of thousands of students. This influx of tutoring centers transformed the impoverished city of Kota into a mecca for tutoring. Today, Kota's population is around 600,000. At any given time, 150,000 to 200,000 of these are students attending tutoring centers. The rest are either tutors or involved in businesses catering to these students, like restaurants and boarding houses. In essence, it's a city where everything revolves around tutoring. There are estimated to be over 100 tutoring centers in the city, ranging from massive complexes occupying 12 buildings to smaller ones preparing students to enter these larger institutes. To attend these tutoring centers, students first transfer to high schools in Kota. However, they hardly ever set foot in school, starting their day with tutoring sessions at 7 a.m. and studying there all day. They only go to school for the final exams, a practice permitted under the laws of Rajasthan, where Kota is located. As a result, this small city astonishingly has about 350 high schools. It's this unique aspect that compels parents to send their children to Kota, despite the high costs involved. So what's the financial toll? Typically, the annual tuition for these tutoring centers is around 100,000 Indian rupees, with an additional 100,000 rupees needed for living expenses. That totals 200,000 rupees, equivalent to about $2,600. which matches the average per capita income in India. Put it in perspective, considering the average income in the US is around $65,000, this is a significant annual expense. But the costs don't stop there. Students only have 2 chances in their lifetime to get into the IITs. If they take the first round of exams, they must complete the process within 2 years to prevent everyone from exclusively focusing on engineering. Thus, many students spend 2 to 3 years studying at Kota's tutoring centers before even attempting the exam, leading to increasing financial burdens. For most families, except the wealthy, gathering these enormous funds often involves pooling money from relatives, taking out loans, or even selling assets. The economic strain on parents is matched by the immense psychological pressure on the students. Unable to cope with the academic stress, many students in Kota also frequent psychiatric clinics. Each year, dozens of students, overwhelmed by guilt for not meeting their families' high expectations, tragically choose to take their own lives. Kota has one of the highest rates of youth suicide in the country. Yet, students continue to flock there, as nearly 1/3 of all IIT admissions come from this city. Indian parents go all in on their children's education, braving these adverse effects and hardships for one clear reason: graduating from the IIT is a game changer. In a country where poverty is a common reality, there are essentially 3 ways for an individual or an entire family to rise above their circumstances. One path is to become a cricket star, a sport adored by all Indians. However, this requires exceptional talent. Another is to become a doctor, but this path is excessively costly and time-consuming. The remaining option is to become an engineer, specifically from prestigious institutions like the IITs. Admission to the IITs is just the beginning of a fierce competition among the best of the best. Students must earn over 400 credits to graduate and avoid being in the bottom 10% who are held back each year. Those who survive this rigorous process are rewarded with opportunities that everyone dreams of. During recruitment season, over 300 big tech companies, including Google, Microsoft, Apple, Intel, Amazon, Tesla, and Nvidia, flock to IIT campuses to scout for talent. Some graduates receive job offers with salaries exceeding 30 million rupees, equivalent to over $40 million in our terms. This potential for such a lucrative future makes it understandable why Indian parents are willing to risk everything. This is particularly true for the nearly 200 million people from the Dalit community, for whom such opportunities are even more transformative. Nowadays in India, engineering has surpassed medicine in popularity. It's not just because it's less expensive to become an engineer than a doctor, or because there are more spots available in engineering programs. The real draw is the potential for a lucrative career abroad. While doctors are typically limited to practicing in India, engineers from prestigious tech schools can land high-paying jobs in the United States. The ultimate dream for many who attend these top engineering schools is to immigrate to the US and then, one by one, help their family and relatives who supported them do the same, repaying the favor and changing their fortunes. In this way, top engineering schools are virtually the only ladder out of poverty and a means of social mobility in India. The tutoring city of Kota plays a pivotal role in guiding ambitious students and their parents towards this ladder. However, these successful individuals represent just a fraction of the population. The elite-focused Indian education system often faces criticism for being a front-two-rows-only system, indicating a disparity in educational quality and attention. On the flip side, a significant portion of the 10 million young adults entering society each year are so poorly served by the public education system that they struggle with basic math. This lack of foundational education undermines India's growth potential. Therefore, the IITs can be seen as just one example of the stark extremes prevalent in Indian society, highlighting a divide that is all too familiar in the country.